everybody. Welcome to Sea King Banter, the talk show regarding debates about many different topics. We are currently in season 2, which is covering the topic of anime. We're on our second episode. I'm your moderator, Flair, and your host is Sea King. Joining us today is Zim. The topic for today is Itachi and Sasuke from the hit anime Naruto are overrated. Sea King is going to be for this statement, while Zim is going to be against. I believe that our host, Sea King, had some clarifications that they wanted to make, as well as just informing you about the general idea of what Naruto is about for those of you who are unfamiliar. So I will hand it off here.
Thanks, Fleur. Um, so basically, Naruto is a very popular anime. I think it came to prominence in the early 2000s. It's about ninjas, in case it wasn't obvious to some. It's about ninjas. There's like a whole world basically of ninjas. It's not within like any particular country or anything like that. It's just about ninjas. And the two particular characters we're going to be talking about are a part of the Uchiha clan in the village hidden in the leaf. There's a long history in regards to the Uchiha clan, but these two particular characters are praised as apparently like some of the the two best characters in damn near the whole anime. Which personally I don't understand. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Itachi, but I feel like people treat this dude like he's like a deity, and I don't understand that at all. Um, some of the things that you might not, some of the names of things you are going to be a little confusing for some people, but stick with it. We're basically just talking about these characters in their clan, and all the names associated are usually within that village or in that clan. That being said, I'm going to try to make this short because I don't think it's going to take me that long. To be perfectly honest,
Oh yeah?
yeah, really. So
Okay.
let's start with Itachi, since that one will be the fastest. Because I feel like when it comes to Sasuke, you're going to fight me tooth and nail for that guy. But
Oh, without a doubt.
so let's get with Itachi first. During my research and obviously many years of watching and reading and all this stuff, here's a comprehensive list of basically things that I believe people tend to praise Itachi for. I've narrowed it down to three things, right? The fact that he's a martyr, his strength, and when I say strength, I don't necessarily just mean combat strength, I mean his genjutsu. For those who don't know, genjutsu is illusion ninjutsu, basically. So it's illusions. And his personality. I will go ahead and give you personality because everybody likes the serious, never talks type of crap. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like, that archetype has been in anime since who knows how long, and it's always one of the favorites, right? From Piccolo to Sashomaru and things like that. Everybody loves that guy usually.
Mm-hmm.
So his personality is fine. We'll get to Sasuke's personality in a minute. but but first things first, let's talk about his martyrdom. Just for sake of transparency, you understand what a martyr is, correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay, let's talk about his martyrdom. I'm going to start with my conclusion first when it comes to this particular topic. He's not a martyr. He was a dumbass kid who got tricked into killing his own people.
Is that right?
Yep, that's what I believe.
Okay. Okay. So tricked is a very strong word. He was given an impossible choice, essentially, right? from Danzo, who's basically running the Leaf Village, more so than their actual Hokage, right? And at the end of the day, Danzo is probably gonna kill the Uchiha clan with or without Itachi. He just used Itachi as essentially a scapegoat to take the blame away from him, essentially, and then paint him as a rogue ninja while eliminating the biggest threat to the Leaf Village, essentially.
Yeah, but here's the problem with that, right? A, there's no real evidence that the Uchihas would have lost. Because here's
What
what
do you
you're
mean, like when
if
they
when they
when
if
they did the coup?
yeah, when they did the coup, what you seem to be forgetting is there's two things. Firstly, when he I'll get to that first. When it comes to the coup, Fugaki Fugaku
Hmm.
planned on putting the entire Leaf Village into a genjutsu
Right.
to avoid a lot of bloodshed. The third Hokage's whole goal was to avoid a lot of bloodshed. Everybody in that freaking village is able to use the Izanami and the Izanagi as long as you have one what's it tome in the eye. They don't all need two or three tome within the eye in order to do all the fantastical crap that Itachi could do.
Right.
So with one tome, which you get basically at birth, they're able to use at the minimum the genjutsu abilities that they that is inherent within the Uchihas. So even if they're not the strongest, because I did a lot of research and I figured out that over time the Uchiha clan was weakened as a result of them being in the Leaf Village and stuff like that, and they're separated out of politics. They're basically a
Right.
group of second-class citizens, right?
Right. Because Danzo did not trust them like at all, essentially.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean like think about this for a minute. If you felt like you were all gonna die, why do a coup? They clearly had a plan.
A coup was kind of crazy. They could have just protested, right? But
This isn't that type of world. this,
anything, right?
I'm like, I want you to try protesting in Russia and see what that gets you.
Yeah.
That's not how that works. They have the Anbu Black Ops. They'll just drag you away. but,
Jesus.
but here's the thing. Here's why I say that Itachi's a dumbass kid who got tricked. He was 13 years old, right?
Hmm.
He gets approached by Danzo and, like you said, given an impossible choice. But what he didn't realize is he was given a fallacy. It was presented to him like he only had two choices, but he had more choices, right? That's the thing. Why I say he got tricked. He got caught into a fallacy that, damn, this guy who's way above me is giving me these two choices, so these have to be the only two choices. Wrong. There were other choices. There were two people within this whole anime, two adults, that were trying to get through this peacefully. The third Hokage and the leader of the Uchihas at the time.
Which
Both
would have
were
been like Fugaku, right?
Yeah, Fugaku. They are both
Okay.
trying to resolve this peacefully to some extent. He didn't go to either of them. He could have went to the third Hokage, but he didn't. For some odd reason, he thought, nope, I can't trust the third Hokage, or I can't get
Let
to
me
the
go
third
with
Hokage.
Danzo. Okay,
Let me
right.
go with Danzo and go to these choices. Here's another choice he could have made. Why not run away with Sasuke? Actually, why not have the whole village flee? It,
Um, He couldn't have ran with Sasuke because they both would have been considered rogue ninjas, and I don't think he'd want to do that to his little
Oh,
brother,
you
right?
mean
Granted he's done a lot worse, right?
yeah?
Don't get me
Oh, you
wrong,
mean how he
but
became a rogue ninja shortly after?
yeah, but like you don't want your little brother dragged into that, because now you
Uh,
guys are both on the run
yeah,
from
I
the Leaf
guess you know.
Village.
I guess I guess killing your entire family in front of your brother and then making it seem like he's too weak and pathetic to stop it, and then egging him on over the years was a lot worse than what he would have went through as a rogue ninja,
Hmm.
right? I mean, I don't want you to be a rogue ninja, so what I'll do is I'll kill our parents in front of you. That's the
I
least I
don't.
can do, Sasuke.
The only reason I can think of as to why he wouldn't tell the third Hokage about every crazy thing Danzo was doing is probably because he probably didn't have proof, or the fact that like I don't know, maybe he didn't trust the third Hokage. Because I'll be honest, the third Hokage was unreliable.
He
If
was
I'm being
somewhat
completely
unreliable.
honest,
I'll give you that. He is unreliable. But here's
and I feel like if he did, he'd probably I don't know if he could trust third Hokage either, because it's like if anything, it probably would have made matters worse between the Leaf and then the Uchiha if he told them, and then they're like, "Oh, okay, so if y'all are doing this,
yeah, but here's the thing. He told the Uchiha. He told Danzo that the Uchiha were planning a coup.
right?
So you're a traitor, no matter what.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say it makes him dumb for going with the Donzo route, though. If I'm being completely honest, because it's like,
I'll tell you why it makes him
I
dumb.
don't.
While you deliberate, it makes him dumb because as a child, you didn't even have faith in your own clan. You thought, because the thing, it takes a certain level of self thought for him to come to that conclusion. He knew they were planning a coup. He wants to avoid war, which is fine, right? Because he, I guess, was a witness to some extent to the third Great Ninja War, and he wanted to avoid a civil war, which would have ultimately destroyed the Leaf Village.
Right.
But you, with which have who has a high position within the Leaf, couldn't convince your clan to run away, to go into hiding, to I don't know, not
I
revolt.
I don't think you would have been able to convince the entire Uchiha clan to
If he
run
can
away. I
kill the
don't.
entire clan, I think you might be able to convince him.
I don't know if I agree because some of those dudes were arrogant.
I mean, kill the arrogant ones and spare the rest.
He did all that in a night, though. How long would it take to get the entire Uchiha force to cooperate and evacuate the village without anyone noticing?
I would say, I guess in a night. And also, that's another thing that I was kind of thinking about. Why didn't Itachi kind of just teach his village to be stealthy like him? Could you imagine a group of like Anbu Uchihas going in and killing the leadership and then doing their plan in regards to like, oh, we'll just put everybody else in a genjutsu and we'll kill the evil leaders and then we can make our demands after that. But he didn't have faith in his clan at all. He thought they were so weak that he, as a 13-year-old boy, was going to be the sole decider. It's almost a certain level of arrogance that he had, where it's like, man, I know best. Where it's like, these are my only two options: save my younger brother by killing our parents and our family, or just go doing a civil war that we're going to lose. That's the thing. If he felt like they had a good chance, he wouldn't have killed them all. He,
I
Donzo convinced him, if you go to civil war, you will all die.
thinking about it, probably yeah. I don't think the Uchihas could have taken on the entire village. No way.
Pro Girl says, I honestly don't get it. Everything he did made no sense.
Because to some extent, it doesn't make sense. Itachi is actually kind of stupid because he has something I like to call a god complex to some extent, where I have to figure it out. I have to. I think he doesn't rely on other people. It's just me and me alone, and I have to make the
Yeah,
decisions. I have to do these things, and it's like you didn't talk to anybody else about it.
the one person he did talk to kind of got off, which would be Shisui, right? But
Yeah, we'll get to Shisui in a bit because I have some stuff to say about him too. But the thing is, it all boils down to the fact that there were other options. Even if those options that's the thing. Think about this for a minute. Let's say you had a clan, and I don't care about this whole war bullcrap blah 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 because it's like you shortly afterwards you joined the freaking the Akatsuki, which was basically causing war and havoc throughout the entirety of the freaking ninja world. So you didn't give a crap about war that badly. So it's like, let's just say, for example, that you had a clan, and your clan, well, there was two options for your clan. Your clan could fight for the possibility of victory, or you could kill them all in their sleep. Which one would you pick?
I okay. I don't I don't think those are the same thing. I'll be honest.
How?
First and foremost, he joined the Akatsuki to act as a spy for Konoha, protecting the village, protecting his brother, right? First and foremost, and I don't. Again, I still don't think the Uchiha have a chance at taking over the Leaf Village, even if they did the coup. I think they would have lost regardless. Because the only people that were really strong in the Uchiha clan at that time were Itachi, Shisui, and then I think their father. That's
Yeah,
about it.
but here's the thing that you're also kind of maybe you forgot about. There's also a chance that Obito would have helped. And the reason I say that is because the whole goal of Obito was to um, not overthrow. It was to basically disrupt the Konoha, right? And so if it fits his ends, why wouldn't Obito also assist the Uchiha? And on top of that, there wasn't a whole lot of strong people within freaking the Uchiha, or sorry, within the Leaf Village at the time. The Great Sages were gone. You had the third Hokage who was already old as dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And then, well, you had a young Might guy, you had a young Kakashi who wasn't really going to be like, they're not who they are right now. So a guy wouldn't have been going, oh, yeah, I'm going to do what I did against Madara and go absolutely
So you're
ham.
saying all of those dudes wouldn't have been able to take on the Leaf Village or the Uchiha?
How many of those people have you seen successfully get out of Itachi's genjutsu?
Okay, here's the thing.
And no, I need to answer that question.
No one, pretty much. I think I don't remember how Kakashi got out.
Right.
Kakashi,
And
he
who had a better genjutsu than Itachi?
technically she's
Shisui. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Shisui's genjutsu was so good, you didn't even need to make eye contact with him.
Yeah.
You were just in it. Even if those people in the village were half as good, so is everybody else in the Leaf Village. They're not all top tier dudes. You're telling
So
me?
you think?
Yes.
Because keep in mind, hold on. Because keep in mind, Itachi needed help to take out the Uchiha clan with Obito. It wasn't just him by himself. It was also Obito helping him kill the Uchiha. I don't think Itachi could have soloed the entire him and Obito and the Uchiha. I don't think they could have soloed the entire Leaf Shinobi force. There's no way.
Here's another thing you're also kind of forgetting. Obito was there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who was protecting Naruto?
At the time of the coup? Wait, what do you mean?
Who was like watching over him? Who was his guardian? I mean, like the answer is nobody. I'll go ahead and just give you
Right.
the answer.
Because I think at that time,
Why wouldn't
yeah.
Obito just make the Nine Tails go rampant?
Like what? Like he'd find Naruto and then unleash the seal or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. It couldn't even. It didn't even have to be fully unleashed. Even if you
Okay,
half unleashed it, who would have
you'd have to
stopped the
find him first
Who
of
would have stopped
all.
the Nine Tails? How hard is it to find Naruto when he's basically on the swing set by himself every day? They know where he was. He wasn't like in some bunker. This dude had an apartment
Hmm.
and he lived by himself. He's the only blonde kid in the entire village.
Right.
How hard would that be to find? It's like a. It's like,
Listen,
it's
if
like
it,
trying, it's like trying to find a cow in a needle stack. It's evident. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I got nothing.
Yeah,
Listen,
exactly.
I don't. Again, I don't think Obito or Itachi could solo the Leaf for sure. There's no way because he helped Itachi
It's not about
kill the
soloing.
Uchiha.
Listen for a second. I'm not even talking about soloing. He has a small militia with him, all with Sharingans. All of them. Even if you didn't think the 2 or 3 of them could do anything, there's an army of Sharingans. They're
Yeah,
all
but
getting put into Genjutsu. Normal people couldn't get out of it. As soon as you
I
make eye contact with dude, in fact, not even all the time. If you're in the vicinity of some of them, you're knocked out. That's it. You're damn near infinite Tsukuyomi. You're finished. That's the end of the fight for you, bud.
okay. How okay? First, we have to assume that all of the Uchiha have their Sharingans awakened,
They do.
and then we also have to think about what level the Sharingan is, whether it's 1, 2, or 3.
It doesn't matter.
Then you have to think about how often do a regular Uchiha compare to a Jonin level ninja or an Anbu level ninja. How do they compare against each other?
It doesn't matter. First thing first, there's a couple of things you're missing here. Even if, what you think of it for a second? You don't need a bunch of the Tomo, what's it called, Tomoe, Tome.
Hmm.
Even if they didn't have a lot of Tome in their eyes, they didn't need a bunch. They only needed roughly about 1. You get your Sharingan unlocked off of age. I'm gonna assume, for all intents and purposes, just like the rest of the world, that most people in a country are adults, right?
Hmm.
So you have a bunch of adults who, just by the sheer fact that they're old enough, have Tomoe in their eye. Or Tome in their eyes. Whether it be 1 or 2. Because to get 2, like they acted as police. So they clearly had battle experience. So,
So you think Go ahead.
yeah, the average Uchiha had the Sharingan unlocked.
Sure. Even if, do you really think the Uchiha, an average Uchiha member, can go against an average Hyuga member?
How many Hugo were there? Like 15?
I'd imagine the same amount.
Then yes,
You think the Uchiha could take on the Hyuga clan?
absolutely. Do you know how I
I
know
don't
that?
think so.
Let me explain to you why I know that. Because unlike the Uchihas, the Hyuga had a dang near slave class of people.
that were that were stronger than the upper class, dang near.
Well, not necessarily.
I
That was
mean, Neji was
that
like
was
low
the exact. You
class
only
Hyuga.
have Neji because
What about his father?
Neji and his dad were the only 2 people who were pushing themselves to try to be something. Everybody else was not up there.
We don't have evidence
They-
to support that. That no one else was like super strong or whatever.
Yes, I do. They never
Compared
showed
to
up
the average Uchiha Jonin having all of them having Sharingans at that
because they
point.
were acting as police for the village. Listen to what I'm saying for a minute. Uchiha get the Sharingan no matter what. If they were,
Yeah, though.
if they worked at a flower shop, it will unlock in time.
Yeah, but they have to go through something emotional, some form of
To
heavy
unlock
emotional
it,
trauma.
period.
Yes, that's like the base requirement.
I
I
don't
don't
think that's
think
true.
it'd be. That's literally the requirement to getting the Sharingan. That's how
Flair,
Sasuke got his.
On it.
thank you. See, that's what I was telling you. That's what his job is. Because I don't believe you. I think that you just get it. Because
I
not
think
everybody goes through
Hyugas
something.
just get it.
Yeah, they
Uchihas have
do.
to unlock it.
They get it over time. Listen, okay then. How did Sadara get hers initially?
She got hers initially when I think it was when she met Sasuke. I think for the first time in like ages.
Right. So she saw her daddy, and then bam. So it doesn't need to be super traumatic. It just needs to be emotionally stimulating.
Well, I would make the argument that God forgive me for what I'm about to say, but it'll give me the first hot take of the debate. I would argue that women are a lot more emotional than men, right? So her name Saruda awakened her Sharingan far more, I guess, how do I say this, easier than most men who have to either A, kill their friend or whatever the heck. She unlocked hers from essentially reuniting her father,
No, listen
basically.
to me. You're talking about getting your third tome.
No, this is how she unlocked her Sharingan.
Period. Like she couldn't use the Sharingan whatsoever before this.
Yes.
You don't have to kill somebody for that to happen.
Well, not anymore. Not with the introduction of Saruda, because that's how all the other Uchihas were.
That would imply that Sasuke killed somebody as a
Well,
six-year
not
old
kill.
kid.
That's how you killing. You'd get your Mangekyo from essentially killing someone.
Yeah, I'm not
Someone you're
talking
close
about the
to.
Mangekyo.
You're talking about awakening. You're right, and that's how she awakened her. She met Sasuke after God knows how long.
Okay,
Sasuke got his.
how does Sasuke unlock his? Unlock.
He got his when Itachi murdered his clan, and he got his at like 5.
How did Shisui?
Uh, I'm gonna have to look up.
Don't worry about it. What did you look up, Flair?
In order to unlock the first stage of a Sharingan, you must achieve a high emotional response to an event. This can be sadness, grief, anger, happiness, or relief.
Happiness.
This is only one Tomo, but most Uchiha manage to unlock this.
Most Uchiha.
Okay, most Uchiha get their level 1 Sharingan. Okay, cool. Now, what about the Hyuga?
What about the?
I will also mention that witnessing the death of a family member is also a check for unlocking it.
Oh yeah, we figured that, right? I figured that'd be probably one of the more high emotional moments you'll ever face.
Moment in your life, yeah.
Yeah, so
Nathaniel says, "Can I join the debate?" And Jack C says, "What's the Discord? You're all wrong. I can prove it."
Oh.
um who?
New chatters.
Oh, hello. Um here's the thing.
I would love to hear what they have to say personally.
Typically, it's against the rules for somebody to join in the debate mid debate. Hmm.
That being said, you're welcome to place your thoughts in the chat, and I will read them on stream for you.
Yeah, that's the thing. I understand that you guys might be passionate about it, but I don't know if it's a good precedent to set to just have everybody join in. If it was a discussion, like we have discussion days, and that's one thing, I would let everybody who wants to join. But on debate days, I don't know. Might not be such a great idea because then I scolded somebody like 2 weeks ago for doing the same thing
Mm.
because they were part of the Discord. They just jumped in, and they
The
almost
conversation was getting good, huh?
yeah. It was a little, he was a little excited himself. We said we're wrong. Read the chat for me one more time, Flair. I can't read it.
Nathaniel says, "Can I join the debate?" Which we covered. And Jaxie says, "What's the Discord? You're all wrong. I can prove it."
We're all wrong.
We're all wrong. It's crazy. That means that I'm wrong. That means that I'm
We
wrong.
are both
Hold on.
incorrect.
Okay, so yeah, all right. Well, I would love to hear what they have to say personally.
That's the thing. I'm a little tempted now. You said that. I'm like, oh man.
Jaxie says, "I can prove it. I don't say it lightly."
Mm.
We would love to hear your thoughts.
What do you think I should do, guys?
I mean, the chat's for communicating.
This is the thing. The chat is for communicating.
In life, it's never wrong to take risks.
Who said that?
Know? Oh, my fault.
Oh, that's not true. What if they come on here and they start saying a bunch of slurs, and then I gotta take the whole stream down?
I don't think Jaxie would do that to us.
I wish if I knew who this person was, it'd be one thing, but you're newer, so it's like I really established a rapport. So, caution saves lives. So, as much as I find it interesting, you might have to write in the chat. What does that say?
Green Queen says, "Put them on." I will remind the chat that we do have a camera on policy, so if it comes to pass that you do end up joining Jaxie, you have to be comfortable with using your face cam.
The only reason these two don't have cameras is because one of them doesn't have a camera at all. Plus, I know them in real life. And then our moderator is supposed to just be invisible. He's not here. If you agree to have your face cam on, then I'll let you join. Because I'm a little. Now you got me all curious.
While we wait for an answer,
What does that last message say?
That's Green Queen saying this one time.
This one time, yeah. It starts off that way. But yeah, if you agree to the camera thing, then I'll go ahead and do it. Oh, I'm getting old.
You ain't that old, bro.
Hey, you don't know how old I am, and I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up.
While we wait, Shisui was like 8 or 12, and he witnessed his best homie die during a mission, so that's how he got his.
Yeah, but that's not really vastly what's important, right? I think we're getting a little bit.
We were saying something, I don't remember what.
We were talking about how you don't think that the Uchiha basically could have
taken over the village.
Yeah, could have taken on the village.
Because you also have to consider the Nara clan, that's Shikamaru, the Ino clan.
I mean, they ain't really crap either. But here's my thing:
the dog clan.
I'm not really the dog clan. Is that where? Hey, is that we're bringing up
more numbers they got to put up now?
Listen to me.
There's strength in numbers. Okay,
yeah, of course, there's strength in numbers, but there's also strength in being an assassin. I'm not saying that you should. First and first, in warfare, you don't have to do frontal assaults. They're gonna poison everybody's food for 3 weeks first.
They weren't gonna do all that.
They
also, Itachi wouldn't have agreed to kill the Leafville. I think he just wanted.
Oh, but he would agree to kill his family. Think
I
about
told you
what you're
if I
saying.
if I if I told you that was easier than killing the entire military force in the Leaf Village, would you agree?
No, not unless you're a
Be for
bad.
real.
Not unless you're a bad person. If you
Be
told
for
me,
real.
listen
Like,
for a second. If you told me, hey, bro, would you rather have to kill your entire family or uh, destroy whatever state you are currently in? The state is being destroyed.
Uchiha were arrogant as heck. They were gonna stage their troops or
Arrogant
whatever.
because they're
Oh,
being
without
treated
if
like
they
second.
think
Because they're being treated like second-class citizens.
yeah, so they're again they could have went to a protest, right? But they decided we're just
Pro-
gonna try to take
they were
over.
already protesting in a different sense. They were complaining, saying, "Hey, why are we treated like crap? Why aren't we allowed in the politics of the village? Why are we being treated this way?" And Donzo was like, "I don't trust you, Uchigas," and said, "F it," and said, ignored them.
And God forbid if any other clan would have heard about there being essentially a civil war in the Leafville. Oh, it would have been up.
Listen here, bro.
They would have been screwed.
I'm just saying, you're giving real racism right now.
Also, take we never saw them fight. I wish we did. But God forbid if if Sasuke and Neji would have fought, that oh man, that would have been perfect. Either way, early on, Sasuke would have lost to Neji easily, right?
Yes.
So I would like to take that argument and apply it to a regular Uchiha clan member versus, a regular Hyuga clan member. The Hyuga clan 9 times out of 10 would probably beat a Uchiha shinobi.
I could make the argument that because of the Byakugan, it'd be easier for them to fall into a Genjutsu.
How so?
Because your vision's too good. You can imagine falling into a Genjutsu from like a mile away because you looked in my eyes. If anything, I think that I think the Hugos will probably lose first. They'll be the first people in the Genjutsu. What's the chat saying, Flair?
So
Jaxie says, "Yeah, I can face cam. Also, can I show a diagram on my screen? Either way, happy to show face."
she got a diagram?
Uh-oh, she got a whole diagram. Uh-oh. Oh, Jesus.
Okay, so the thing about the before we get to that, I just want to quickly say that the Byakugan identifies Genjutsu disruption with the chakra pathway system, so they would be able to detect when there is a Genjutsu being thrown out. It doesn't break the technique, but they could at least tell when there's something going on, essentially.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring Jackie in. So let's do this. Let's see here. How would I invite somebody? Here's what I'll do. I'll be right back. Actually, what does that say? Sorry, I can't read it.
It says, "You have no idea how wrong you are, brother. Inshallah."
In what?
It's a Muslim phrasing, if I'm correct.
Oh, okay. Well, let's do this. Let's let's see here. All right. They can still hear us and everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to invite this particular person.
Speaking, we should pause the stream while we get this person in.
The stream is paused.
Oh, okay.
I said they can still hear us, but I might need to ask them a question. Okay, 1 second. The name of my Discord is C King Banter. It's the same name as same name as the Twitch. Do me a favor, Flair. Can you post the link? We'll be right back here in a second. We apologize for the technical stuff. Just give me 1 second because we're trying to. Twitch is giving us a hard time about sending links. We're gonna send something to you, Jaxie. Don't be alarmed because we're trying to get some information so we can send you the link. Because it's like I said, it's giving us a little bit of a hard time. We need your Discord username. We're trying to kind of ask you without you having to post it, but you have whispers blocked. Fizzgig.exe. Oh, Jesus. How do I send the invite to that person? How do I invite that person? Okay, I just sent you something. So go ahead and accept it so I can get it all together. Yep, and this is why we this is why
That is wild. Wow.
hold on for a second. This is why we ban people. This is why I don't do this kind of shit, guys. Hold on for a second.
Okay. All right. No more. All right, come on. Let's keep going, Dave. Jesus Christ.
Oh, we learned. Never doing that again.
Yeah, for sure. What's that?
Oh, okay. The stream's getting rated now, or the Discord. So we're gonna have to make a new one.
A new Discord?
Yeah, because he probably sent it to a shit ton of other people.
Okay, can't you? Bro, what?
Yep, I'm gonna have to end stream actually because of these people.
Wait. Hold on. Can't you private the server?
Let's check. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. They fucked me up real bad actually.
Should have known better. Oh man.
Yeah, we should have known better.
Ah.
I had to pause invites and DMs and everything.
Okay.
The shorty strikes again. Right. I'm gonna help you out there, buddy. You strike again, but unfortunately, you weren't able to do anything. You stupid bitch. Because I fucking got you. That's why I have cameras on, because I knew you're gonna. As soon as I saw your lips not move when you tried to say some shit, I knew it was.
Yeah,
I knew it was over.
Yeah.
So guess what? You're getting banned. Great Gape Jack. I don't know, man. I'm feeling a little bandy today. I'm like, I
Get
don't
him
know.
out of there
I don't
too.
know. I don't know who's real and who's not anymore.
Yeah. I'd say they'd be
You don't have
fine.
to be too concerned. Nightbot will usually snipe anybody doing anything untoward as it is.
Yeah. Because
I mean,
they
you
were
know,
a
they're gonna-
perpetrator.
Yes,
They're gonna give us free views to try and
Yep.
troll.
Yeah.
That's more power to us.
All right, let's continue, Nate. You guys got everything?
Hold on for a second. I just want to make double sure of everything, because now I have to sit here and do a lot more shit than I really fucking wanted to because of this
Yeah,
guy.
the Discord definitely needs to be private.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some stuff once we get here. So, hold on for a second. I'm going to because I know that the music is playing. So give me a second. I had to turn my camera off. And so here's basically what happened. We tried to invite this person after all that peer pressure. And he came on here. Immediately after showing his camera, he showed me a bunch of horrible pornographic material.
Yeah. Holy.
And so that's why it is incredibly important to vet these people before I let them on stream. And that's the thing. First thing he asked me, am I on stream? No, you're not, buddy. Not until I see your effing face.
Oh man, I should have known better. Okay.
All right. So here, Nathaniel, you got one more time to post a link, but for your ass's grass too. I said you put a link. Joy Jack 1. What? All right. You can sit there and think he won, but he didn't get anything done. Nothing happened. Oh, what? Because you showed me some stuff? Oh, no. Leaking? What are you guys, blowing that guy? Look, I don't understand. I'm like, y'all have to be blowing him or something, because, like, what did he do? He got me to join. Sure, I'll give you that. What? He got me to invite him. I stopped it immediately. I kept the rest of you cucks from coming back in. So what? You know what I mean? Nothing happened. My channel will be here tomorrow. Oh, God. Jesus Christ. I cannot believe this. Hey, guess who else is getting banned? Green Queen. for saying just this once. I'm like, I'm obviously joking, but I'm like, man, I was sitting here, I was like, come on, what do you guys think I should do? I guess I have to blame myself a little bit for not being super decisive. I should have just said no, because I knew this could happen. You'd have some people on here.
Let's make sure to get bans on Nathaniel Higgerson and Swedish Man.
Oh yeah.
I agree.
Banned. And hey, guess what happened to you, pussy? Banned.
Oh, this Jack guy too.
Did Jack say anything bad?
Yeah.
He's posting links. Banned. I've never had to use the ban hammer so often in a stream before.
That's good. Get used to it. Type beat.
Right. Mm-mm-mm. Man, that derailed the whole freaking thing.
Yeah. I'm sorry for saying we should let the dude on. Oh man.
No, it's
I
not
had
your
faith.
fault.
I had faith.
I didn't.
I should have known when he said like, "Oh, I got a diagram. I'm gonna show y'all." Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I guess I couldn't read because of the freaking mask. I'm like, I cannot read this stuff. I'm like, guys, help me. Oh man, why a new
I'm
channel?
ready to continue.
I don't understand your question, Frogger. Why a new channel? I was feeling him. Oh, why the last guy? Because he was posting links. Y'all couldn't. I don't know if y'all can see it or not from my end, but Nightbot was telling me he was posting a lot of links. Oh, why are these trolls? Because they're bored and lonely. They're in their mom's basement blowing each other. That's kind of the whole point, right? Like they're just lonely losers who ain't got shit else better to do but go to small channels and fuck with them. What they don't know is I have time.
That being said, let's get it rolling. Yeah. I
Yeah,
believe we were transitioning into Sasuke.
yeah. I'm not. I'm not gonna put the mask and stuff back on today, uh, because I it took me a lot of effort to have it just the way I kind of wanted and everything. I'm just gonna debate you like this, Brody. And that's the thing. I'm still gonna finish the episode. I
Good.
can't. No, I'm not gonna edit it out. That's content. Dang. Some freaking loser sat there and tried to freaking raid my crap. I'm like, y'all know there are fail safes for this, right? I knew when he said we were both wrong. I'm like, both of
One
us?
of us has to be right.
Yeah, I'm
So
like, that doesn't make any sense.
yeah, he got me. All right.
Where were we?
We're talking about
So I was
Hugo
off for a
versus
little. What
Uchiha.
happened? It was a fraud. Oh, it was much more than a fraud. They tried to take down my channel.
Yeah.
Smooth move, Green Queen. I'm joking, obviously. I'm not blaming you or anything. But no, they tried real hard to like get my stuff banned. They sent me a bunch of pornographic links and pictures, and they were all starting to flood the Discord. It was crazy. It'll be up on the channel in a few days. Ooh, I wish I was good at editing software. Okay. Yeah, it was pretty bad. And then they all started trying to troll me, but I'm troll proof. I mean, what do I look like? I'm hundreds of years old. Anyways, let's see here. We were talking about the unlocking conditions for the um
Uchiha.
for the Uchiha. My point.
Mostly, what I wanted to talk about was the fact that like were all of the Uchihas like ninjas, pretty much, or were there some that were like regular people? Because there were grandmas in there, and there were also kids. You know.
Yeah, but same thing in the Leaf Village, right? Even like if you think about any nation, they have civilians, and then
Right.
they have a military that's obviously not going to be as large as the civilian populace.
Hmm.
But the thing about it is, even in both cases, they technically were or are trained to some extent, right? Even the people who are like running like ramen shops have ninja training, but they're just not ninjas. They just like they could be retired or something. I don't know. This thing, I'm not gonna deliberate off of what could or couldn't be. because we don't really know the answer, right? It's not like the creator of Naruto is going to come and tell us, oh, actually, you know what I mean? So, that being said, um, look, let's just get back to brass tacks. My only thing was that in reality, even if those other plans, listen, all of those plans, whether they would have worked or not, even if there was a 15% chance of them succeeding, is better than a 0% chance when you killed them all. Am I wrong?
Um, I do think being put in that impossible situation that Itachi was in, I do think killing off your clan that you probably didn't like anyways
He
was
didn't like
probably the
his own
better
clan. He
choice.
didn't like his parents.
He had issues with it. Like, remember when the two dudes were like pestering him when he was like out trying to go out on missions where he was outside, and the two dudes would come over and just bother him or whatever?
He's not a white middle schooler where he's
His
thinking
brother
about
is.
shooting up the block because because some people were picking on him. That's not how that works. Well, these two dudes were messing with me when I went on missions. I guess I'll feel a little bit better about killing my parents. Like, does that sound like a normal person?
Well, no, obviously not, but he did disagree with their plans of the coup, right? Which is why he partially went against them.
That's the thing I understand. And again, it's because he thought they were going to lose, or he thought a lot of people were going to die. But why didn't he know that Fugaku had a plan on basically just genjutsuing everybody to where it would avoid a lot of bloodshed? He would have
Only
known
issue
that
is
if he had talked to adults.
only issue is because Donzo took the Sharingan from Shisui, so that whole plan just flew out the window essentially.
When did he take the Sharingan from Shisui?
Ooh, that's a tricky one.
Was it before or after the coup?
It had to have been before. Shortly before the Uchiha clan downfall, believing Shisui's plan to use Koto Matsukami on the Uchiha clan was too soft, Danzo ambushed him, stole his eye to use for his own, more ruthless methods to protect Konoha.
So it was
Shisui intended to stop the Uchiha coup d'etat by using his ultimate genjutsu on Fugaku. Okay, because, yeah, Fugaku was leading it, essentially.
yeah. So
And if,
they're both traitors.
I think they realistically didn't want their clan to basically suicide and trying to take over the Leaf Village, is
Yeah,
what I'm
because
getting
they
at.
thought you're too weak. The two people with the strongest genjutsus in the entire village did not believe in the village and caused the village to die.
The clan.
Yeah, the clan to die. You didn't believe in the
Okay.
clan and you caused the clan to die as a result. It sounds super smart.
Um,
Hey, bro, I have two other points and we still have to talk about Sasuke.
Sasuke, yeah. All right, let's keep it rolling.
So that's one of those things, right? Like, agree or disagree, but I still think he was basically, like I said, he fell into a fallacy. He was tricked, and him and Shisui basically caused their whole clan to freaking die. That doesn't sound very good to me.
I don't think Shisui was necessarily a part of their downfall, mostly because he got killed by, one of the upper village members, essentially.
Yeah, but he planned on
I do.
stopping them. That's the thing. He was still an op.
He wanted. He wanted. It's like if you have the choice of using your genjutsu to alter the opinions of your village elders so they would not cause a coup and then potentially save everyone, then I think that's a good thing.
I don't know. That's the thing. Again, they just didn't. They lacked faith in the Uchihas, and you cannot sit there and be like, "Oh well, guys, why don't we just continue being slaves?" Huh? Doesn't that sound better? Think about that for a minute. That's what you're telling them. Hey guys, don't try to revolt. Just keep being slaves. It's not that bad.
Okay.
Right. So let's go on to point two. I'm glad we came to that conclusion together. Let's go on
I
to
get
point
it.
two. Um, the second point was his strength. Now I will say that obviously he was very gifted and talented.
Mm-hmm.
He was a Chunin at 6 years old. He became an Anbu captain at 13. But the thing about it is, even though he was strong and great, he wasn't the best in any one category.
Um, that the best in one category.
Yeah, he wasn't the best when it came to Genjutsu because Shisui was better. Like I said, he was able to put you inside of Genjutsus without even having to make eye contact.
Looking at you, yeah.
He wasn't the best in Taijutsu because Might Guy exists. He wasn't the best at ninjutsu because, believe it or not, when I looked at like polling data for that, it seemed like people thought Sasuke was better when it came to it, and then you have people like what's his name, Kakashi, because
I wouldn't
Kakashi.
put Kakashi that high in terms of ninjutsu, no.
The reason why I would put Kakashi when it comes to ninjutsu is because he was able to copy all elemental forms.
Yeah, but he didn't really do anything with it, thinking
That's
about it.
that's
No,
not true at all. Did
the
he or
only time where he like actually showcased his copying ability, if I'm not mistaken, was when he fought Zabuza and he did the water dragon. That's the only showing I remember of him actually like going crazy with the copy ninja
did
stuff.
he or yeah? But his thing, just his ability to use all the elements in of itself makes him like one of the top freaking ninjutsu users. In fact, did
For
he or
sure,
did he
right?
not make the technique that later became the signature technique for Sasuke?
It was a he did, yes, but it was like a failed attempt at another jutsu, that being the Rasengan, essentially.
Yeah, I understand that, but he still used it to this day, right?
It was also just not that good. He later on perfected it and made Purple Lightning, which is technically the better version of Chidori because it doesn't leave you nearsighted.
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean anything, right? The fourth Hokage is the person who made
The
the
Rasengan.
Rasengan, but just because Naruto's able to add some wind and throw it doesn't mean that all of a sudden the jutsu didn't come from the fourth Hokage.
I don't.
Your silence speaks volumes.
I'm trying to think. Because I'm trying to circle back to the main point of him not being the best at
Any one
anything,
particular
which
thing. Let's think.
I don't
He has
think that
good
necess-
combination.
I don't think that necessarily means anything as to whether or not a character is overrated or not, whether if they're the best at something, right? Because he doesn't have to be the best at genjutsu, taijutsu, whatever the heck. When he's still arguably one of the coolest characters in the show, without a doubt. He still has one of the strongest arsenals of abilities, without a doubt. And he also had like this menacing presence to him, essentially, in the earlier episodes
It's
of
because
the
he had
show.
his freaking Sharingan on all the time. Wasn't that ultimately the cause of his death?
No, no.
Don't don't all Uchihas basically get to a point where they're going to die because of overuse of the Sharingan?
They're the curse is that they'll live out in darkness, basically, because they'll go
They'll go
blind.
blind.
But that's from using the Mangekyo Sharingan. But they'll eventually get to that point because they're cursed to follow the cycle, essentially, dang near.
There's I have something to say about that in a minute. Actually, I'll bring it up now because technically it has to. It's a part of what people were saying about him that he didn't have the curse of the blah 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 because he didn't hold on, he didn't he wasn't angry. He didn't want revenge,
Right.
which is not a curse. I don't actually believe there's a curse. There's no curse. What you're talking about is revenge. If anything, which is kind of the point, right? Uchihas are very emotional people. That
Hmm.
was actually said within the anime and the manga. They're very emotional. As a result of them being very emotional, they take crap to heart real easy. So it's like if something bad happened to your eighth cousin, twice removed, they're like revenge for life, and then now they're angry at you forever for 18 generations. And it's like that's not a curse. That's just you being in your feelings.
Well, what happened to almost all of the most prominent Uchiha figures
Because
throughout
they couldn't
history?
drop it. That's the point, right? You can say it's a curse when you have a group of people who won't drop anything. The only person who was able to drop it was Itachi.
Yeah, the only one.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like if it's then it's not a curse. He didn't go and get something like done to himself for him
You wouldn't
not
say
to
he
get over it.
you wouldn't say he like broke the curse then by not going down the path of revenge and all that.
No, he didn't break a curse. Like if you're talking about it in a metaphorical sense, maybe, but there's no physical curse, or else it would have been much harder for him not to do it.
He technically tried with Sasuke, but Sasuke kind of
Yeah, because he effed it up for Sasuke because he
yeah,
killed his
he
parents and didn't tell him anything.
I think what really did it was the fact that like he put him in another genjutsu, which led him into being put into a coma. Because right after that, Sasuke went to join Orochimaru, like literally right after it, pretty much.
That's what I'm saying, dog. It's like Itachi, man, as strong and as cool as he is. Even I'll give it to you. As he's real strong, his black fire and his the Amaterasu, where he's like a big giant.
The Susanoo,
Oh, sorry, Susanoo is the giant. Amaterasu is the freaking fire.
technically he has the strongest Susanoo, if you
Yeah,
want to be
because of his
technical.
because of his weapons.
Hmm.
And it's like, how do you even get weapons for your Susanoo? Do you manifest it or did you find them?
You manifest them. So every Uchiha had different weapons, basically. Sasuke had a crossbow. Even though it's not canon in the video games, they gave Shisui a lance or like a spear. It was kind of like a drill spear thing.
Yeah.
Um, Itachi had the Yada mirror and the Totsuka blade, and then not Hashirama. Madara was the only one who didn't get wings, so he couldn't fly with his Susanoo, but he had like two swords, or I think it was like four arms, one or the other.
Right. But but here's the thing. Um, Even if I gave him that he's strong, he's definitely not the strongest. He's not even the strongest Uchiha.
At the very least, I well, it depends on which version of Sasuke
He's
you're talking about.
probably third,
He's definitely. Then there's Obito, who's definitely takes his spot,
fourth.
so he's probably fourth.
Right. So it's like he's not the strongest. He's not the smartest, as we've established. Because every one of his plans basically backfired in his face.
No, no,
I
his
mean,
plan still worked.
what plan?
Well, there's a bunch. One of the coolest things that he did was when he implanted the I don't know how I can't remember how he did it, but he tried to kill Obito essentially when Sasuke got his I think it was his eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, and when Sasuke saw Obito, it automatically activated a Amaterasu on him, which was kind of funny. But him being Obito, he got out of it quick. So that was that one thing. He also did something with Naruto as well, where he did when he met Naruto. I have to look it up. It's been a minute.
We come on, man. We can't. We don't have the time. You're the guy who said you didn't want this whole debate to be 2 3 hours.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he implanted a specialized crow containing Shisui's Mangekyo Sharingan inside Naruto. That was when he fought him when they were reanimated, I believe.
Yeah, that was a
Designated to
fail
activate.
safe.
Kotomatsu Kami, a powerful mind-controlled genjutsu upon seeing Itachi's own eyes. It
Oh,
was intended to force Sasuke to protect Konoha.
did he?
No. It ultimately freed reanimated Itachi from Kabuto's control.
Yeah. Okay. So he had a failsafe to free himself if he was revived,
Hmm.
but his plan to save the village wasn't all that great because ultimately the village ended up getting destroyed anyways from the same group terrorist group he joined. A. B, he didn't really do anything with Sasuke, but like make him full of hatred and almost destroy the village himself. Like he none of his plans really worked, and they weren't even really
It did.
great plans to be perfectly honest.
It did force Sasuke to get stronger, though.
And was that your goal?
How-
You know what else could have forced him to get real strong? If his brother was there to train him. but but you decided I think I'll kill everybody and force you to do some crazy crap that you don't want to do so you can unlock more eyeball power.
I think whenever you need it.
Freaking ridiculous. Now let me get on Sasuke's ass. Because he ain't free. He ain't escaping under this either.
Let me hear it.
So I have the same list when it similar list when it comes to Sasuke. We're gonna go down this list together, buddy. Here's the reasons. The top 5 reasons people say that they really like Sasuke. You ready for it?
Let me hear it.
The first one is his trauma makes him relatable and human. Does that sound correct to you?
Someone said that.
Yes.
Who?
I'm not going to tell you names. I'm just telling you.
You found that on Reddit. Ain't no way someone said that.
Yeah, people vote about it on Reddit. It was the top answer on Reddit. It was one of the top answers on Reddit for why people like him. I can tell you everything else they said.
Yeah, let me hear what else you have.
No, it's his trauma makes him relatable and human. A justified avenger, fans argue that anyone who witnessed their family murdered by a beloved older brother 518,400 times would react similarly. They often point out that Sasuke is a child victim of extreme grooming and abuse by Itachi and manipulation by others. More realistic than Naruto, many fans believe Sasuke is a more human character than Naruto, acting logically based on his traumatized mindset rather than with idealistic friendship logic.
Okay.
They also call him a misunderstood hero slash anti-hero. They describe him as their misunderstood king and often feel he is unfairly judged by the broader fandom, which forgives characters like Obito and Orochimaru but condemns Sasuke for doing far less.
I agree, yeah. I agree with all of that.
All right, let's get into it because some of that was bullshit.
Let's hear it.
Right?
Let's start back at number one then.
Yeah, let's start at number 1. A justified avenger.
A justified avenger, yes.
Um,
If your big brother that you looked up to for God knows how long, woke up and decided, hey, I'm gonna kill our entire family, but I'm gonna keep you alive just to piss you off, and I'm also gonna put you in this genjutsu so you can live out the events of me killing off your family for like a day.
mhm.
I think I'd grow up pretty twisted a little bit,
Yeah, that's
spiteful, as you'd say.
yeah,
So that's so I can understand why people would say he's relatable in that sense because they, even though it's still kind of
relatable.
relatable is a bit, not necessarily how
Oh
like
yes, because hey, do you remember not that long ago when your older brother killed your family and then you were like, "Oh, revenge." That happens to
yeah, I was the same
everybody.
way, right?
Yeah, that happens to everybody. So relatable.
Yeah, that part's a little bit, crazy,
Not
but if
relatable.
people want to, yeah, it's not relatable, no, because that doesn't happen to everyone often.
Yeah, it's a
But
tragic backstory, sure, but
if they're
like,
saying that they would enact justice and try to kill their own brother and get revenge on him for doing that, then I mean, yeah, I think we could agree on that. We would probably try to take revenge, right?
yeah, that's the only part I'll give you, because.
Right.
But here's the thing, though. After him learning that, oh, actually, I did it for you, and then telling him the story and him learning the story, he's like, oh, I'm gonna take all that anger and I'm gonna point it at the Leaf Village, not Donzo, who he did end up freaking killing.
He murdered. Yeah, he
Yeah,
was the
but
first.
he was still like, I'm going to destroy the whole village. That thing that my brother basically gave his life to prevent.
I know why. I can understand why. Rather,
No, I can't, because here's the thing. Revenge makes a certain level of sense if it's pointed at the person who wronged you.
right? The Leaf Village.
The Leaf Village did not wrong you.
Oh, without a doubt.
No.
Yes. Let me
Explain.
explain.
Yeah.
Yeah, because first and foremost, the Leaf Village had Donzo. First and foremost, third Hokage is almost as you have to blame him nearly as much as you blame Donzo because Donzo was doing a lot of crazy crap, tried to kill Hiruzen, the third Hokage, and the third Hokage still trusted him with like, top priorities and orders and all that crap. So the third Hokage is also partially to blame as well for the Uchiha massacre because he left Donzo stay in charge basically, even though he has a history of doing crazy crap, right?
No.
Now,
I'll tell
as
you
to
why.
why,
We're going to go one point at a time. I'll tell you why you're wrong.
okay,
Because you're forgetting the political structure of the Leaf Village. It's not a dictatorship.
yeah, there's like multiple people in charge,
Yes, he doesn't have any
right?
particular power to remove Donzo when you have elders who also have a say.
He he literally said when he found out Donzo betrayed him that I'll overlook this one time because you're still my friend at the end of the day and yada yada yada. Keep in mind that was when he tried to kill him, basically.
I mean, yeah, but
He kept him around
didn't
after
didn't
he tried to
Naruto do
kill
this,
him.
didn't Naruto do the same thing with Sasuke?
Yeah, but he was in jail for like a little bit, but he got pardoned and then he left the village anyways.
Yeah, but how many times did Sasuke try to kill Naruto?
Uh,
A
you want me to
lot.
count?
Yeah, and he still gave him the same
he
ups.
was
In fact, it's so commonplace within the Leaf Village alone
here's the
that
thing, not
he would be a hypocrite if he didn't give him a second chance.
Sasuke was pardoned at the end of the day because whether you like to admit it or not, he still helped free everyone from the Genjutsu and helped save the world, basically. That's why
Yeah,
he got pardoned.
one good act does not justify
Nate,
a lifetime of
Nate, the
evil.
entire planet was under a Genjutsu. If Sasuke said, "No, I'm not doing this," and then cut off his other arm, everyone would still be in a Genjutsu.
Cut off his other arm? What?
Because no, because at the end when Haguruma was like, "Oh, if you guys want to release everyone from the infinite Tsukuyomi, the strongest Genjutsu the world has ever seen, you two, the Indra and Ashura reincarnation, need to form the rat symbol with your own hand, with both of your hands, to make the Genjutsu, go away."
Yeah, but that's the
If
thing. It's also in his best interest too. Because even if he was to what? If he cut off his own arm and was like, nope, I ain't doing it, then he's also just going to be stuck forever. It affects him too.
right,
So it was self interest too. You
so
can't
what
make
if
it
he
seem like
what
it
if
was purely sacrificial.
what if he just wanted to say, "You know what? I hate everything. I hate my life. I'm not healing y'all. Everyone's just gonna die," and he cuts his arm off.
Then
Then
he'd be
what?
then so he'd be a victim too. That's the thing. I can't say, you know what, like there can't be an explosive in my house and we're all locked inside and I know how to defuse the bomb and be like, man, if y'all don't do X, Y, and Z, then we're all gonna die because then I'm also part of that gonna die. It still becomes self-serving.
He he wanted to change the way the Leaf Village works. Basically, is
Yeah,
what he wanted
that's
to
fine
do.
and dandy. You can do that, and there's a way of going about it. But you can't be
He
like,
can't do it if he ain't Hokage.
yes, he can.
No, he couldn't have. They wouldn't have listened to a Jonin level ninja the same way they would the Hokage. Basically, that's why he said, "I'm going to kill the current five Hokage, take control of the world, basically, and I'm going to reform the ninja world." Because he didn't want more people to end up like Itachi, basically, put in an impossible position.
Weren't you the first person when it came to the other Uchihas talking about protesting?
How does that relate?
So you're telling me that he can't change it? Then what would have protesting have done?
You say anything about protesting?
You did. You said because I told you, well, they were treated as second class citizens, and you said, well,
Uh
they could
huh.
have protested, and I'm like,
Instead
okay,
of staging a coup, right?
yeah, instead of staging a coup. But now you're telling me they wouldn't have listened to those people even if they protested.
They they definitely wouldn't have listened to Sasuke if Sasuke was like, "Hey, now that you guys are all awake, I think we should change the way ninja society works,
I
and
don't know, man. If you
X, Y,
save the
Z."
if you save the world, I think that gives you a bit of a voice.
You also have to consider Sasuke's history, because keep in mind he invaded a presidential meeting and killed off one of y'all.
But he
So I
saved the
don't think they would
world,
listen
didn't
to
he?
him.
Why would people not listen to this guy if you were one of the two people to save the planet?
Okay, so I'm confused with what you're saying.
All right, let's. I'm gonna walk you through it real simple, like right.
Because with what I was saying earlier is that people weren't gonna listen to Sasuke regardless. I don't think
Why?
they have no reason to.
They
He's a
do,
rogue ninja. He attacked Killer Bee.
but he saved the planet.
I don't think that still matter because he still got thrown in jail regardless. At the
So,
end of Shippuden,
so saving the planet doesn't account for anything.
right? Because you're still a rogue ninja, still a terrorist at the end of the day.
Okay.
Orochimaru was put on house arrest after Shippuden, and he's partially one of the reasons why they even won to begin with.
Yeah, that's kind of my point, right? So it's like you were just using it as a defense in the beginning of this, where you're like, "Oh, well, he saved the world, so he was a good guy," or something like that. What were you saying?
You threw me off.
Oh, for some
I We were talking about how they needed to both do the hand sign, right?
right? You were saying he was a justified Avenger. I said there was no reason for him to destroy the entire Leaf Village. You were giving justifications why it made sense why he wanted to destroy the village, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said no, because it should have been pointed. You killed all the people who wronged you. You killed Itachi. Well, kinda, and because he wronged you most of your life. Then you figured out who was behind it, and you killed Donzo. Why do you need to target the village? If you wanted the village to change, you could have used two of the methods that you tried to use as defenses. You could have protested, just like you said the Uchiha could have did. If the Uchiha, if protesting is useless, then the Uchiha was doing the right thing by doing a coup, because that means their voices were not being heard regardless. A, B, he could have used his status of saving the world to try to implement some changes. Hell, if Naruto decided to be Hokage like he did, why would Naruto not listen to him? In fact, anybody who participated in the Fifth War and saw Sasuke save the world, why would they not take his advice?
I still don't think they listen.
Why?
Again, I'm gonna go back to the rogue ninja thing. He isn't to be trusted.
But he saved all your lives.
I don't think that really
You don't think that matters? So you're telling.
Didn't you say that it benefits him regardless if everyone's alive?
Yeah, but here's the thing though. Let's say you were trying to make a chain. Like let's say you were a bad guy for most of your life, right? Not most of your life. Let's say a portion of your life, like 5 years. And in the 5th year, there was a huge altercation that broke out, not of your own doing, obviously. And you were like, you know what, man? I realized that the path that I was going down was not the best one, and I want to make things right, and I want people not to be oppressed anymore like my people were oppressed. So you go and you participate actively with a lot of witnesses in the war and ultimately become a war hero, saving everyone's lives at the risk of your own. You're telling me that nobody will listen to this guy because of what?
You assassinated a president?
Who did he assassinate?
Donzo?
Nobody liked Donzo. Plus, let's be
But
honest here. They
Nate, even if they
hold
didn't
on.
like him,
You're telling me that they would have
hold on.
taken Donzo's side after seeing a bunch of Uchiha eyes in his arm?
They didn't see that.
Sasuke,
No one did.
Kakashi did.
Kakashi arrived later.
Is that true? It sounds made up.
Because Donzo's body was eviscerated, basically. Like, everything when he did that suicide attack.
Also, he's not a. He would be equivalent to like a prime minister. He wouldn't be the president. A
Yeah,
president
but you
would
still
be the Hokage.
you still invaded a NATO meeting and assassinated someone who was very powerful.
I mean, I
You know,
guess.
and I don't think that would warrant the most trust in the world, right? Even though you kind of had to save us, because otherwise the entire planet's doomed if you don't.
Right, but what about? Hold on, because what you're saying. Hold on, let me think. Let me gather my thoughts.
While you gather your thoughts, I'm gonna just say this: he was placed in jail following the Fortunate Shinobi War due to his extensive criminal record, which included treason, aligning with terrorists, and attacking the five Kage.
He didn't kill any of the Kage though. He
Danzo was technically Kage at that point because he was filling in for Tsunade.
he didn't kill him at that meeting.
Well, I mean, he invaded the meeting, dragged him outside because he started running, and then killed him.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the thing. What if it like later turned out he was corrupt? That's what I'm saying. It's like you have to factor that in.
Later, no one would have known. That's the thing, because his body's gone. No one talks to Sasuke about it because Sasuke left. They for sure they didn't talk to Kakashi about it because Kakashi wouldn't have known. Nobody knew about the crazy crap Danzo was doing for the most part.
That's the thing. I don't believe that.
Who?
Especially because there would have definitely been records and other witnesses. Because Donzo didn't do every single thing by himself. A little bit of an investigation after Donzo's gone would have revealed that the guy was kidnapping Uchihas and implanting it in his arms. Who put the eyes there? It wasn't him. He wasn't a surgeon.
I don't know. They be taking
With a little bit of
eyeballs out like light
investigation, he would have
bulbs
figured this
in
shit out.
Naruto.
They would have figured it out. That's the point. You have this dude who has a bunch of eyeballs in his arms. Somebody had to put him there. Hell, I think Orochimaru could have probably said something.
First revealed his arm filled with salt and Sharingan. I think.
Well, how hard would that have been?
Recognize Shisui's chakra in Mifune and provided Danzo's controlling him to become the leader of the fight with Sasuke. Okay, so he was exposed for. Danzo was exposed during the Five Kage summit for manipulating one of the people with Shisui's Sharingan, essentially. But that's still when Sasuke came in.
At that point, you're all your credibility as a Kage or whatever the hell you were at the time is gone because you were revealed to be evil.
Okay, but here's the thing, though, right? He was only exposed for manipulating someone to basically kind of get him to be like the leader of the allied shinobi forces. It wasn't documented that he tried to kill the third Hokage, screwed over Kabuto and his family.
You don't think interviews with Anbu Black Ops would have revealed half of that?
It never happened in the show, so we can't just,
Yeah, because he was already dead. It wouldn't have mattered.
Right.
Plus, they're not going to sit there and bog the whole show down with politics. It's like, imagine for a moment. I'm going to use this as an example. In the Bible, they never say that Jesus uses the bathroom.
What?
Do you know why?
Why?
Because
No one thinks about it.
it's pointless.
Right.
That's the thing. If your goal was to just kill this guy, get over with it, they're not going to bog you down with needless details, right? Because it's not 100% necessary at that point. There's bigger things that's more important because a lot of crap happened after that too. I.e., a freaking Obito revealing himself as Madara and then, freaking war. So it's like,
Hmm.
oh yeah, this one guy was a traitor, sure, yeah, blah, blah, blah. We figured out there was foul play. All the Anbu Black Ops are still alive, so even if we wanted to, we could have figured out some information later. Because at the end of the day, they still let Sasuke go. They didn't imprison him for life. If he killed the Kage, they could have, right?
Again, he did kill a Kage, right? Even if
He didn't kill a
he
Kage.
also cut off what's his face? He got the Raikage to cut off his own arm because he burned it and he was gonna die essentially. So
Yeah, but
there's
at the
that.
same time, if he had kept fighting him, Sasuke would have also died. That
I don't agree.
No, that last kick would have caved his chest and he would have died.
No, because didn't
They
he
would have
block it
killed.
with
They would have. They
Susanoo?
would have killed each other.
I don't. I don't think he would have lost to the Raikage. I don't think so.
No, I think no. I'm almost positive because I remember. I remember seeing something about it about how it was pretty much like the Raikage was about to kill Sasuke, but he would have burned to death.
Yeah, because Sasuke, how do I say this? Enchanted to Susanoo with the Amaterasu, and then I think he tried to like stab him or some crap like that, and that's when he had to cut off his arm. That's when he ran. That's when he got out of there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's
And
because
Susanoo also blocked the Liger bomb, which I think is like a essentially a body slam.
I will agree to disagree on that because I think that if the Raikage did not stop, they both would have died. But we'll look at that clip later. I'm obviously not going to play the clip right now.
Right.
Um,
That being said, it is moderator question time. Who wants theirs first?
um, I'll answer first, I guess.
Okay. Uh, how would you respond to the idea that Sasuke wasn't just edgy and misguided, but rather because of the trauma and